Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Empowered Pause. I am your host, Rachel Chinoa J. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, and welcome to the pause. Before we get started, as usual, I will give you a little information about Speak Initiative, and my topic is really brief today. I'm going to talk about all things and how that applies to our existence here. Um, Speak Initiative is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to reduce the stigma around mental health and suicide in the Black community. Speak actually stands for Suicide Prevention Through Empowerment, Action, and Kindness. And we are currently fundraising for some of the programs that we actually have going on. We have, of course, the Empowered Pause. We have our 90-day intensive and our Fearless Start program, as well as our newest program, Speakers with Sneakers, where we're meeting every Saturday morning from now through August 26th. And we're walking and communing and talking. So, Speakers with Sneakers, if you can find the flyer on our Speak social media pages as well as on our website. If you would like to walk with us, please register via the link that's provided or via the QR code that is on the flyer. Okay, so we are really excited about Speakers with Sneakers. We started our first week this past Saturday. It was a great walk. We are out there for 1 hour every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And there is no distance requirement, there's no speed requirement. We're actually just communing, walking, doing getting some of the benefits that we discussed last week that walking can bring, and just finding space to hold with each other. Okay, so today's topic just came to me very recently, and I just want to jump right into it. So it's titled All Things, but that actually comes from a scripture that I will give you the quote and the actual scripture reference. But the scripture itself, it says, this is Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Now, we're not have to get very religious here. I'm not an ultra really religious person, but I am a spiritual person. And I have to believe that even during the trying times, even during the chaotic times, even through the hurt, the losses, the things that we seem like we wanted and needed, but they are not here anymore. They have been ripped from your space, and all of the loss that happens in our life with people passing away, people transitioning, it is still a loss, even though we understand that energy does not die. It's still a major impact. 6 years ago today, my father, Charles Richardson, actually passed. And I knew him for, I would say, the first 4 years of my life and then the last 4 years of his. Now, as sad as I was in that moment, I still had to find a way to find gratitude for the time that I did have, right? So, my message is basically all things are working for your good, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when someone has ripped the band aid off and ripped what seems like your heart apart. All things are still working for your good. The universe responds to the energy that we put out, that we can actually receive that back. So, as much as I'm telling this to myself, I'm giving this short word to you. All things, the universe is always conspiring for your good, even in the times when it feels like you're in a literal hell, right? If we want to go through the religious context of Romans 8:28, I don't want to get into that, but some people can perceive this life that we're living here on this planet, excuse me, as hell. And so we can actually create heaven in the same space that we're in. We can experience joy and pain at the same time, which is a magnificent phenomenon, but it is true. So I'm imploring you to lean into the joy. A friend of mine, an artist who I like to call a friend, wrote a song called Lean In. And it has the best lyrics. Lean into the love, lean into the joy, lean into the good things that are pushing you forward day to day. As I say this to you, I'm saying it to myself because it's a constant reminder to lean in, lean into the things that fuel your soul. So, as I remember my dad today, as I think about my siblings, as I think about the fact that here in New York right now, we're experiencing smoke from the Canadian wildfires. So, outside looks a bit orangey, a bit apocalyptic, if you will. Not a great moment to be in. It's a little scary outside, especially for those of us who have breathing issues. But do your best, stay indoors, turn on your AC or turn on your air purifier so you make sure you're not getting in that air, that toxic air from outside. And while you're securing your actual physical space, remind yourself that all things are working for your good. Okay? So until next time, next week we are celebrating 1 year with the Empowered Pause. So we'll figure out how that looks. By all means, share this video, watch it again, like it, post it, do all of those great things that we can do with social media to get the word out there. Speak Initiative is available. We are here to help anyone who has had mental health challenges or past suicidal ideations. We are here to stand in the gap with you as peer support during that time. All right. So thank you again for joining for the Empowered Pause. Until next time, take care.